Want some candy?
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
I hear you looking for candy, man, bitch.
Give me some sugar, baby. Like scary movies.
Want some candy?
What's up, you primitive screwheads out there in podcast land, sitting in your mama's basement? If you think you're leading a good life, I got news for you, pal. You ain't leading but two things right now, Jack and shit. And Jack left town. Now let's get this episode of Monster Candy Podcast started.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Well.
No, I felt it. I felt it.
Well, that was Screamin' E. Hi, I'm Shotzi Blackheart. He didn't introduce us because he's an asshole. And that's Dominic Davy over there.
Hello, Groovy. Today, we're talking about Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. We're going to do a moment of silence right now for the series.
I'll swallow your soul!
That was good. That was a good way to break it up. So yeah, today we're going to talk about the series as it was, the whole thing. The whole
3 seasons.
The whole 3 seasons. It left too soon. But before
I think this is a good place to end it because it just got good. This last season was the best. And I think that the next season would have been crap. To be honest, that's where I think it would have went.
All right, we'll get into that.
To poop.
We'll get into that.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, that's right. Horror news!
Boomstick!
Yeah, I'm just going straight into it.
All right.
So we all attended some horror conventions
It's true.
the past couple weekends, yeah? Yep.
Yeah. We did.
You two did Monsterpalooza in where was it? In Burbank?
No.
Was it in Burbank?
Pasadena.
Oh yeah, that's right. They changed it to Pasadena.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Hot ass Pasadena.
Yep.
And then you...
I went to Shock Stock in Canada.
Canada.
London, Ontario, Canada.
You went up to Canada, eh?
Hey. I had a little bit of trouble with customs, but whatever. I made it.
You made it in.
Yeah, I made it in.
What my band is going to play Pooza Fest this month.
The fuck is a Pooza Fest?
It is a fucking Montreal punk rock festival.
Cool.
And we're supposed to play there, and we don't know if all of us can get into Canada.
Oh no.
Should be interesting.
We are hopeful
Yeah.
that we will get in. So
Yeah.
at least you got in.
You're gonna get checked.
Yeah.
You're gonna get checked.
I can get in. I tour managed the Vandals the last time I was there, and I got in.
Yeah.
There are particular members of my band
Okay.
who we don't know until we get there.
Yeah.
Y'all
are flying, right?
No, we're driving.
Oh, you're driving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, they're gonna check your van.
Oh, that's
For
what
sure.
it's
Yeah.
But it's a rental van, so
Okay.
there's not gonna be anything in it.
Keister your drugs.
We're actually
Yep.
really nice. It's just a lot of us have been to jail.
Well,
Yeah.
people in bands.
You know, what are you gonna say? So at least you got in. So did Customs shake you down on your merch?
They
you have to pay
did.
tax?
You know what? I didn't have to. I got really lucky. They found my merch, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have to pay for that." And I was like, "Fuck!" So they're like, "Okay, pull over. They're gonna check your car." And and then the next guy that I was sent to happened to be a huge wrestling fan, and like asked me like, "Oh, what's my stuff? Why do I have that shit?" And I told him, and then they looked me up, and they were like, "Oh my god, this is like really cool." And then so we like chit chatted about wrestling, and he was like, "All right, bye." Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The very first time I ever went through the border, something like that happened. Because we had all the merch, we didn't have money to get anywhere else. We were, really small band going to Canada first time. And so I marked everything as promo. Like I took out a Sharpie and just marked promo, not for sale on everything.
Oh, good.
And then we got to this would never work again, I don't think. But we got to the border and they're like, "So is all this merchandise for sale?" And I was like, "Oh no, fuck no, we can't pay your fucking taxes. Are you kidding? Like, this stuff is all promo. You want anything? It's just the label send it to us and we can only give it away." And they're like, oh, really? And, like, so all these border agents came over, and I just kept giving them, what size shirt? Here's some albums. Here's some stickers.
Damn.
It's all free shit. It's all free. Free. I gave away a bunch of stuff, and then they just let us go through.
Cool.
Never would happen again, I guarantee.
You don't think
like,
so?
I don't know. I mean,
You know
until
what,
you just
though?
said, like, I can't believe
know
it
what,
happened. It's all up to them.
I don't know. Canadian custom, they're real nice.
Yeah,
They're really nice.
You know who's not nice? American customs.
No, which is yeah. I was like, I'm a fucking U.S. citizen. Why are you giving me a hard time going back into my own country?
It's way
like,
hard.
what the fuck?
No, they are way hard.
Yeah, I had a way harder time getting back into my own country than getting into Canada.
Yeah. No, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's always like, border's soft. And I was like, have you gone through it lately?
No, they haven't, apparently.
Yeah.
America.
America.
Hell yeah.
No, yes. I'm very proud that they gave me a hard time.
Right.
I was
You're
like,
not.
all right.
Yeah, all right. That's
No,
the way
I
to
was
be.
fucking
No,
tired.
it's
And I was like, just let me fucking go, please.
Yeah, it's not. They don't. It's hard. It's way crazy.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
time. Yeah, America's way tougher. I saw a Canadian, like a guy when they were trying to get in, there was someone else getting shook down by the Canadian guard, and they were like going through it, and the guy was like complaining. He goes, and finally the guard lost it and was like, "Sir," like I can't do the Canadian accent while angry, but "Sir, I will have you know that it is actually your government that set these rules, and we are just trying to get it. We're just trying to follow procedure that your government has set." And like the emphasis at the end. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody. I'm just saying like it was that was how he was talking, and the guy was just like because he was like one of those like American president like this. You can't give me all this. I'm an American citizen, and it's like it's your government that set the rules.
Yeah.
And it's like oh, wah, wah. But anyway, glad you got in.
Yes.
So how was it once you got there? How was the convention? Let's
It was
start with
cool.
yours.
It was cool. I was only there for one day.
Because you were traveling quite a bit.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
your
I
tribes
was-
are crazy.
Yeah. If I'm just gonna brag real quick, I went from Chicago to Memphis, Indiana, from Memphis, Indiana to Canada, from Canada to Chicago, back to Canada, from Canada back to Chicago, and then flew back here to California to do this podcast with y'all.
That's the only reason you came back.
It's the only reason. I'm here to.
She's a fucking liar.
That and to sleep and cry in a fetal
Yes,
position
exactly.
before you go out again.
Yep.
Well, you know, it's kind of hilarious that there are 3 performers on this podcast, 2 punk rock musicians, 1 pro wrestler, and the pro wrestler is the one that is on tour all the time, putting the rest of us to shame. Like we don't tour nearly as much as you do, and that's pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to.
I'm so tired.
I'm done after all of that.
Did you pick up anything cool?
Yeah, I did. I got this really awesome Vincent Price bust. I got a Jareth action figure. I got a few stickers, and yeah, that's about it.
Is a good action figure of Jareth, a good David Bowie.
No, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Fucking David Bowie.
It's great.
I just bought Hunky Dory, the album on vinyl. It's awesome. That's awesome. So it was good. It was like packed.
It's a good show.
Like,
They had a good crowd. It was smaller. Like they didn't have any like panels or anything really. They had a really awesome karaoke party afterwards, which I'm a big fan of karaoke, and I popped huge for that. And the Canadians know how to karaoke. Let me tell you, everyone was killing it. Like, usually I'm always like, yeah, I'm a musical theater nerd and I can fucking sing. Watch me fucking do this fucking theatrical thing while I karaoke. You're gonna be blown away. No, these bitches were putting me to shame.
Really?
Yes. I was like, they were like belting, they were doing all these fucking songs that I would never touch, and just like rolling on the floor and shit, and I was like, god damn, this is awesome.
That's right.
Canada rules. They know how to party. I was just like, man, like they're choosing good songs. Like I'm, because I worked at a bar that did karaoke, and everyone would do lame stuff like Journey Journey 5 times in a row would kill me. But yeah, Canada, Canada knows how to karaoke.
That is awesome.
That was the best part.
That's really cool. I actually am remembering the one time I went to karaoke in Canada, and while we were on tour there, and I was shocked to see they had Fugazi's Waiting Room on their list, and I performed that.
That's
and
cool.
I was so stoked because I've never seen that on a regular karaoke. Like, just happened to be there. So maybe Canada does bring it. Like,
They do. I'm telling you.
Because they're all hopped up on poutine.
But I have been to this convention before. 3 years ago, I entered in a a modeling contest for them.
I remember you doing that.
Yeah.
This was this one.
This is this one. That's why they invited me back, because I'm like homies with them now. So they were like, "Oh yeah, come on, we'll give you a booth. You know, we like you." So yeah, 3 years ago, I entered into their Miss Shockstock contest, where you be their spokesmodel, and then you get I think it was for Fangoria. You get a spread in Fangoria if you win, and blah blah blah. So
Which is coming back.
Did you guys get a subscription?
I didn't.
No,
They just
I didn't.
offered it up. It just launched yesterday or today.
They had a
I gotta
booth.
get
They
one.
had a booth there, and I was gonna be like, "Hey, what's up?"
I was gonna grab one after payday. I'm totally gonna
Yeah,
grab one.
yeah, good.
I'm excited about that magazine coming.
Yeah,
back.
magazines are cool still.
They're not going online. They're you can only get it, and they're not gonna do news.
Nice.
Just to segue, they announced there's no horror news in Fangoria. They're like, dude, you can get that on the internet, whatever.
Yeah.
But they're just gonna do features.
Fair.
They're doing features on movies and actors.
I love that.
And just talking about this is it. You can't get it online. There will not be an online version. It's gonna come out a couple times, 4 times a
I'd buy
year,
that
5 times
shit.
a year.
Look,
They're
we're
gonna be fake
promoting you.
magazines.
We're promoting you, Fangoria. So if you want to send us a free subscription, I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that.
I think we would all be all right with
Yes.
that. But they even said if you got a subscription to the old Fangoria and it canceled on you, they'll give you a free subscription for the first year.
Oh, cool.
But they're doing it by honor system, which I was like, I hope people don't abuse that, because honestly, I really want this magazine to come back. I was like, that's really nice of you guys to just be like, yeah, you don't have to look for your receipt or anything.
That is really sweet.
I was like, I know, but come on, people. Let's support Fangoria being actually back, and it could be an awesome magazine. If they do it right, and they focus on good features, I will totally be excited to get that magazine in the mail. Because I actually did when I actually did a Playboy subscription, and I did it digitally, which was the worst idea because I just completely forgot that I had one. When they went back to oh, we're gonna have nudes and all this stuff, and my wife and I got a subscription, I just fucking forgot. I haven't looked at my ex now, and we were gonna get it, and I was like, oh, I should have gotten the magazine. If I was actually interested in the magazine, I should have gotten the physical version, because I've literally looked at one of them, and I forgot that the others existed. But I digress. So that was cool that you did it. It was just a little freebie. You showed up, they gave you a booth, you just kind of.
But the best part of the story.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'll keep going with it. So yes, I win the contest, kinda. It was supposed to be, they pick one girl and they fly her out from wherever you are, and you have to go to Canada and go to the convention, and they hook you up with shit. But they ended up picking 3 girls, and they did it where it was they pick 3. They're gonna fly in 3 girls, and they pick the winner there.
Spoken true horror nerds that just got really excited.
Yes, they were like titties. Let's bring them all in. Yeah,
we're get all the girls.
Get all the girls in there and make them fight for the top. So that happened. But I was so it was me, another chick, really cool burlesque Canadian girl, and then a girl who was in what movie was she in? Do you remember which movie she was in?
I do not.
It was one of the really fucking terrible films. Oh, the line goes, "Family fuck fest is over" or something. What is that movie? What is that fucking movie? There's 8 of them. They're really terrible.
Oh,
but
okay.
It's called shit.
Well, just keep going.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
she's in this fucking movie, and she's a total fucking cunt. I'll be straight up.
Wow.
I'm not even gonna beat around the bush.
Yeah.
She was a total cunt.
Okay.
So she had a prop. So I won the contest because it was whoever came to the convention votes, and then voting ends Saturday, and then at their Saturday after party, they pick the winner. And she knew I was winning, and she was like, I have a problem with that because I'm like this big movie star. I'm like, bitch, no, you were in this like really shitty fucking horror movie.
Wow, if
you
you
are
have
not
to
some
say
fucking
that I go like
superstar.
some big movie
She's
star.
like, I can't, people can't know that I came here and lost, so I need to win. And she even pulled me aside and was like, I'm sorry, like, this is how it's gonna have to be. And I'm just like, ho. Like, oh man.
Bitch, please.
Yeah, so I was like, whatever, I'm not gonna like lose my cool. I'm in another country, it's fine. It's cool. It's gonna be cool. So we get to this after party, and she gets fucking wasted. Like, it was amazing how wasted she got. So wasted that, you know, some boobies came out. She was like rolling on the floor.
A hot
and,
fucking mess.
And like the gimmick that they did, because she was such a weirdo, was that the winner gets a hot soaker, which which like they just spray a bunch of like hot oil on you.
Okay.
I guess is what it was. I think that's what they did. Something like that. They sprayed some bullshit on her.
Wow, alright.
And she was wasted. Her titties are out. They're spraying hot oil on her. She's just like dancing around the stage, and it was great entertainment. I'm really happy that I didn't win.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, you go ahead and have this.
Yeah,
one.
you go,
You
girl.
take this.
You go.
But you won. But you didn't win. Like you were supposed.
No.
You stepped aside for her to be covered in.
I won in a bigger way.
Everybody else knew she won.
Yeah, everyone knew, and they were like, I'm sorry that she's being this way, but we have to do it, but we'll make it up to you. We'll do this thing with her. And I was like, yes!
And then you went to party and karaoke and dance.
And then I went and partied. The night before, I went dancing, or maybe it was the last night, Sunday. I went dancing with I went 80s dancing with what's his name? Neil
from Texas Chainsaw.
From Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the hitchhiker.
The brother?
What's his name?
Edwin Neal.
Okay. So the night before the first night, that Friday maybe, or maybe it was the Sunday. I don't know. It was 3 years ago. But I went 80s dancing with Edwin Neal, and like, which is the hitchhiker from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There was like no one at the club. It was just me, him, and his wife going out, and we just started booging on the floor like Edwin Neal gets down on 80s dancing. Right. Like, his wife wasn't super into dancing, but she let me dance with him, and I thought that was really cool. Like, he was so cute. Like, he had his little bolo tie on and had his little like Western shirt get up on and his cowboy boots. I was like, "Aw, you are so Texas. This is really adorable."
That's funny.
But yeah, he was a good time. And then Saturday night at like the big party, Tony Todd was there, Candyman, and he was wasted. And we were like really getting along at the convention, but like, so I go up to him and he's super drunk.
I remember this.
Yeah, he's super drunk, and he like pulls me in and he's like, "Hey baby," and then like grabs my ass, and Tony Todd's ass, or his not his ass, but his hand is fucking huge. Like, with his one hand, he was able to grab both my butt cheeks in one hand. I was just like, "Oh,
this is a little uncomfortable." Like,
yeah.
Well, at least it wasn't.
I mean, like, I didn't mind, because I was kind of like, "Oh my god, Candyman just grabbed my ass. This is really awesome." It's kind of funny.
You know, it could have been.
But I was like, "All right, Candyman, that's enough. You're good. You're good, buddy. I'm gonna go now."
Yeah, I didn't say your name 3 times, buddy. Slow down.
Fun stories.
Fun stories.
You know, I can't say that anybody grabbed my ass at Monsterpalooza, so
we sweated our asses off.
we did. Yeah, our experience at Monsterpalooza was not nearly as
entertaining
as yours. I mean, okay, we had fun.
We did
overall, but once we got in, but like, they had a line that was ridiculous. It took us
3 hours.
It's getting worse.
In.
It's getting worse and worse every year, because when did we go last? It maybe like
2 years ago. Well,
yeah.
we went It was last year.
Oh yeah, we went with you.
Yeah, we all went.
Yeah.
And I was sick.
Thanks for remembering that, guys. Thank
Yeah.
you. Just kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't that
Wasn't
bad.
bad at
Like
all.
we did wait in line, but it went quickly.
Yeah.
This was ridiculous. We got to the front, and I said to the people at the ticket, they basically had.
Did you guys have tickets already?
No.
Okay.
But that
So-
didn't even
but
matter.
that-
And when we
Did it
drove
not?
down there, at first we saw the line that was all the way around the building,
For people
The
who had
block.
tickets.
and we were like, "Oh shit, that's crazy!" But that was already for people who had tickets.
Yeah, they had them in a huge line, and then they had another line going around the other side with people who needed to buy tickets. And the problem was, like, they rented a booth that only had 3 windows, 1 for cash, and then 2 for card.
Mm-hmm.
And it took 3 hours to get into the convention, which I went up to him and I was like, a line around the corner, around the block that takes 3 hours to get in is not a sign of your success and you're being like, oh my God, we have all these people here. It's a sign that you're failing. You have no way, you're not set up to get people in.
Yeah.
Like in any kind of venue.
It's a flaw.
Like being in the entertainment industry, as we all have, we've all been involved in putting on events, whether they were shows or the Black Heart Bash, or the concerts. You get people in the fucking door. You don't have them sitting out baking in the sun.
Yeah.
For 3
It
hours.
was
Well,
ridiculous.
like I've been in long ass lines that went all the way around the building, but it never took 3 hours to actually get into the building.
We got in line at 10:30,
Right.
and we didn't get in until probably about
Yeah,
quarter
so they
after
were just
1.
they were lagging.
No, they
were
had,
lagging.
They had 3 booths. And then I talked to some of the people who worked there, and I was like, "Do you guys have a front of house manager?" And they're like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Clearly, you do not. You don't have anyone in charge
What a
of
nightmare.
getting people inside."
Back in my day, Monsterpalooza was easy to get in.
Well, I think it's just getting so popular.
It is.
And it's
which
like-
is great. I love to see,
Yeah.
horror getting some big buzz.
They need to get their
Right.
shit together though with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta do better than that. Because what's gonna happen is eventually somebody's gonna pass out in the sun, somebody older, somebody some kid, and then they're gonna get sued, and then they're gonna hire a front of house manager to make it easier for people to get in and rent extra booths. Like for the amount of people trying to get in, there should have been at least double that as far as ticket takers.
It was fucking
And you
crazy.
could have sent people in line, like taking
Well, it's
people's
like
passes, just getting them in.
They
Get
know
people
that
in
they're
the door.
getting huge. That's why they moved to Pasadena. They needed a bigger. They needed a bigger
Yeah,
space.
it was packed. It was packed.
A ticker guy came by to, counting how many people were in line. Halfway through, which was, I guess was probably where we were, was about half the line.
Yeah.
And it was what, 1,050 people in line? And
Wow.
that was halfway through the line, and it still went past and then around the fucking block.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
In
it's-
I
like-
mean, good for Monsterpalooza.
In like 90-degree weather.
No, I'm
for
thrilled. I'm
Monsterpalooza,
thrilled
like-
for their success. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
They're a great convention. It
Yeah.
was super fun.
Well,
but
hopefully,
it's-
Days of the Dead comes back then with horror conventions being cooler now. I guess.
Well, I mean, the only
Son of Monsterpalooza is where it's at.
The only
Yeah, Son of
complaint- yeah, I did
Monsterpalooza
love
is
Son of
where it's at.
Monsterpalooza.
Wait, is that what did we
Yeah,
go to
we
Son
were
of
at
Monsterpalooza?
Son of Monsterpalooza.
Maybe that's why the line wasn't as long.
I think
Maybe.
it's exactly why. But I mean, honestly, the convention was great. Once we were inside, it was a lot of fun.
It's cool.
It was really well done. It was great. But you just can't leave people out there that long. That's just not.
No,
gonna
that's
ever work.
ridiculous.
Although
I can't believe
the-
that.
One thing I did not like, there were a lot of missing vendors there that are usually there.
Yeah, that
and
was a
from
little
what
bit
we
of a-
found
That's
out
surprising.
Yeah.
was because they didn't a lot of t-shirt guys because they don't want a lot of t-shirt people there is what we're hearing,
Yeah.
which is stupid because
They didn't want too much of any one thing, and they're trying to rotate it. But I
No, that's dumb.
well, the only problem was there were certain people that I was looking for that weren't there.
Yeah.
And people he was looking for that weren't there, and we found out couldn't even get in. And I found out
Not one King Kong shirt, huh? That's
one, but it was
but for for instance, the podcast Forever Midnight, they're friends of mine. They couldn't get in, so they shared a booth. They had a little piece of a booth. I saw one of them, and they were selling stuff. And they make pins and records, and they do a lot of really cool merch. But it's just I don't know. I don't know why we capped at certain stuff. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't cap it.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I know there's only so many booths, but like,
Yeah, there's just a lot of people there that are normally there in the past years that are always a fucking packed booth, and people are always buying shit from that weren't there. So
yeah. But my big story though is I was there and I wanted to get something for my little brother who's a huge horror fan too.
Yeah.
And when you first walk in, you look to the left, and there it was Doug Bradley and Ashley Lawrence from Hellraiser, the two leads. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, I gotta get these. Because my brother, I'm not one for autographs, but my brother is. So I did the ultimate sacrifice as an older brother, and after being in line for 3 hours, I got back into another line.
Oh, how long was that?
20, 30 minutes, I think. It wasn't as long, but it just felt long when you were in a crazy line. So you get in line for Doug Bradley, finally get up to him. He's way cool, super nice, really chill. I had to pay to get an autograph from him and then pay to get one from Ashley Lawrence. But then Ashley Lawrence was really awesome and ended up calling my brother and leaving him a message and then said, like, come back and I'll call him again.
How
and
sweet.
I found out that she was my little brother's like crush from when he was a kid, like just from being a child. So then they got to talk at the end of the day, and she was super nice, and she hit me up, and I mean, like, we follow her on all this stuff. I chatted with her for a minute, like, really cool people. Super recommend following her. She's on everything. Ashley Lawrence and Doug Bradley. I didn't talk to a lot of celebrities because I'm just not that kind of dude, but like those two people were really cool people. That was super
fun time nevertheless. It was a great road trip for us.
Yeah.
It was a great road trip, and it's a great convention. I would love to do it if they don't limit podcasts on them. I would love to have a booth there. That would.
Who
be
wants to
super
see
fun.
Monster Candy podcast and us three there?
I would
You know
love
what I'm
to.
saying?
I would love it.
I do, yeah. Come on, you should do it.
Yeah, I mean, my criticisms only have to do with certain organization of getting people in. Once in, it's a good convention. I'd like to see some more people that's not limited. Like, if you got to go bigger, go bigger. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The Rick Baker Award thing, I guess they do a Lifetime Achievement Party on Saturday nights. We went to it.
That was cool.
It was really cool. They honored Rick Baker for his contributions for horror, and John Landis showed up.
Oh, cool.
And talks and did the intro. Slash was there, and they had this crazy zombie cover band going crazy on the stage and stuff. It was fun. I mean, it was really cute. Like, I liked it. I mean, Monsterpalooza is awesome.
Yeah,
it is awesome. Just get people in the door better than you are to getting people in the door. That's my only complaint.
So if you go Friday or Sunday, sounds like the best day.
Yeah, Saturday's rough.
Yeah,
Unless you
we
get
knew
there at
that.
like
Why'd
8
you guys
o'clock. Yeah, but
Why'd
unless
you guys do Saturday?
I don't know why we did Saturday. It was
Because
terrible
just
sleep.
scheduling for
Yeah.
work, it was better that way, I guess.
and they hand out cards and shit.
I
like
did
that.
hand out a
Yeah.
lot of postcards, talked to a lot of people about the
Okay,
podcast. Hopefully they're all listening. I met a lot of really nice people, a lot of great booths. There were booths that I was really excited to see. London 1888 was really great. I'm actually wearing this shirt right now. There's the Howard
That's a
shirt.
good shirt. It's
Yeah.
a good shirt.
Not a lot of werewolf shirts. They had one. That was pretty sick.
You sent me that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Then
It
I
was
went
legit.
with the old school Wolfman shirt instead.
Yeah. I saw.
Yeah,
I
there was a
remember
really
that.
sick Gate shirt too that he sent me.
Yeah, that was this company.
Okay.
So
Right
props
on.
to them. Hope they're listening because they were interested in the podcast.
Oh,
They gave me
yeah.
stuff.
I did
They were
see
really
that they
cool.
had a really awesome Night of the Living Dead
Bill
Heinzman pin
Yeah, and they have
that I
a
wish I got.
great Jason Voorhees shirt. It's like game over. All your friends are dead.
Oh, that's
all your
that's
friends are
dope.
dead. Game
And
over. It's from the
and
video
he's all
game.
like blue and
Yeah, it's
purple.
from the Nintendo game, which
Okay,
is hard
yeah.
as shit. My brother collects video games also, including horror video games, and he has it. It's a terrible game. It's terrible. My brother loves it, but it's just brutal. But they have the game over screen. They're awesome. So free plug to them. Free plug. I mean, I don't know. Chris Grimley was there. He was really cool. It's cool to talk to him. He's an illustrator I really like. A lot of great sculptors. I like horror conventions. I do comic conventions, and I do horror conventions.
Mm-hmm.
I've had tables at both. I have to say, I love horror conventions more.
Oh fuck yeah!
Horror
There's
fans are the best.
So many more artists
Yeah.
doing crazy stuff.
Mhm.
The makeup artists, the sculptors, the illustrators. Like, And then like the collections that they have on sale and stuff, it's like, dude, if you like comic conventions, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, there's just
I'm
something.
just gonna make the line longer
Yeah,
with this.
there's
but,
just
like, you gotta
something
get it.
about an artist that is also a horror fan where their work is just like deep and awesome and
It's just fun.
yes.
It's just so much more fun and like. I don't know. Even when it's bad, it's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even when it's corny, you see a booth and you're like, oh, it's corny. It's still really interesting and crazy. I don't know. Maybe it's the subject matter, but I really love horror conventions.
Go horror conventions.
Yeah, I hope hopefully we'll be showing up at horror conventions, and if either of these conventions are not too mad at us from our conversations about them, we'll be able to get into them because we'd like to be at them.
They're still great conventions. You just need to tighten some shit up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Front of house manager, Monsterpalooza, will do a long way in making your problems, like getting people in the door. Someone whose job is to get people in the door.
Yeah.
That said, that's it for horror news. We'll talk about conventions enough. It's time to talk about Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Woo!
Yeah. And now which is just
Give me some
ended.
sugar, baby.
Groovy. I love the series. It got a little wonky in season 2.
Yeah,
Season 2
yes,
is the
it did.
worst.
It was
It's
really bad.
rough, but I even liked parts of season 2. I didn't mind it. I
Yeah,
wasn't
like
hating it.
any part that Lucy Lawless wasn't in, or the character Ruby,
She was kind of
way too
exhausting.
much of a focus.
We've talked about this in previous episodes. I really like Lucy Lawless, but I just didn't love her in this. I
don't
the
either.
last season was my favorite with her. Her scenes.
Yeah.
Her trying to be.
I feel like they could have condensed her storyline down so much more in season 2, and it would have made it way better. But they just spent so much time on that, and it was like, fuck, get back to Ash saying silly shit and cutting stuff up.
Yeah. I didn't like knowing that it was who wrote the book. I didn't like humanizing the Dark Ones. I didn't think that was the right direction. I mean, she's a great actress. They probably should have just given her a different part, and I would have liked it more. She could have been a different group, a cultist, and accomplished many of the similar things. I don't know. I wasn't enjoying her storyline, though. At the end, it was a little bit more fun.
Yes, it definitely brought it all together.
Yeah.
I mean, the first season was like, oh, let's fucking just say a bunch of vulgar shit and blood and blah blah, blah, you know.
Yeah,
all that.
yeah, it was just all over the place. There was no structure. It was just like, look at these really awesome practical effects.
Yeah.
That first season was supposed to be the 4th movie, but they had so much content, that's why they decided to pitch it as a no-holds-barred series.
Right.
Okay.
And, if it had been a movie, it would have been about a 5-hour-long movie.
Right.
That first season was cool. I really liked, because they established why he was, like... They established a lot of, like, little, open questions, right?
Right.
This was the first season, like, when they... Was it the first season when you got to understand Ashy Slashy, or was that the second season when he went back home?
I think that was the second season.
And that's the one thing I liked about the
second
season
Right.
is the story of his Ashy Slashy. But I did like that it was, the first season was about all the demons coming back.
Yeah, I feel like that was a good and entry point into the series, and it was fucking everything. The second season fell totally flat for me.
Yeah, the best part was the explaining like how the hometown reacted to Ash. That he was this murderer. They were convinced he was a murderer.
As a whole, it was like, but there were definitely episodes in there that were good that I liked. But it was like, fuck, man, shitty season 2. Season 3, I feel like they totally hit their stride with like balancing out the campiness, the fucking vulgarity, the gore. I feel like the writing was better, the acting was better, the plot, like everything about it was like, all right, we fucking hit our stride, now we're going for it, and it's just sailing along.
When I heard about Ash having a daughter and being introduced to the show, I was kind of hesitant about it.
I was too.
Because Dana
I was like,
DiLorenzo,
fuck this.
Her character is essentially the daughter of Ash in this series. Like she might as well have been Dana.
Yeah, right.
Like that's essentially like that was that character. She was the one that was like not taking any of Ash's bullshit, but at the same time clearly being the next, kind of the next Slayer. But like Slayer, I just borrowed a term from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, didn't I?
Ghost beaters, man.
Ghost beaters. There's so many cheesy scenes. But actually, in practice, I really like the dynamic. Like,
Yeah.
Of a new person that just wasn't buying it and not into it.
Yeah.
And I thought actually her hesitation with Ash was pretty well played overall. I mean, it's a cheesy, fun, over the top series, but she was a great character. And my favorite line in the whole series is literally, of all 3 seasons, is when he's introducing her, going, "This is my daughter, Mandy, Sandy," and she's like, "Randy."
You're a
Fuck
fine
you.
girl.
Like, she's just so, like, she watched her mom die, her best friend got possessed, she found out her dad is who she thought of as a serial killer, and she's like,
And he can't
Randy.
even remember my name.
yeah, fuck you. I love that moment.
Season 3 had the best dialogue.
I love
All
it.
the stuff that they were
Yeah.
saying, like everything, every accent, like what the fuck,
Yeah.
like everything. Who the fuck wants to be covered in blood 24/7?
Oh,
Like
dude.
all that shit. Like
Ash's freak out in
dude,
that
it was
last
so
episode,
good. So good.
where he's realizing what he has to do and how he suddenly, like, just loses it.
Yeah.
After all
It's
this
like, I'm
time,
not doing it, I'm done.
it's the
Fuck it.
first thing that shakes him.
Yep.
That was a great scene. Like, that's worth watching.
Just-
that episode is just watching him.
Dude,
meltdown.
everyone's acting in that season was fucking on point.
Yeah.
It was super
They
fun.
fucking nailed it. Like, and dude, the whole last scene
Mm-hmm.
in season 3 where he wakes up in the fucking bunker and shit,
Yeah.
and then
the nights, yeah.
and then fucking gets back on the fucking, the horse to fucking go up back out. Dude, that was great.
I heard that they were planning, that was the plan for season 4, was going to be apocalypse,
Right.
like Mad Max craziness. I wonder.
So they were
I mean,
actually going to go somewhere with that?
yeah,
Mhm.
that
This
was
wasn't
the
just
plan.
a joke.
Yeah, it wasn't just an ending. Like, that was where they were going to go with it. So that would mean that, like, basically the cast was going to get kind of cut out of it.
Right.
Which would have been,
Well, I
which
mean,
would have been sucky, but I mean, let's face it.
would they have
I mean,
been
how
cut
much
out
more are you
though?
gonna do?
Would they have been cut out though, or would it?
Who knows?
would
We'll
some
never
of
know
them-
now.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I mean, I guess they could have, like, grabbed them all or a couple of them or something. But, like,
Yeah.
how much more? Like, I like Pablo as a character, but, like, and as a sidekick, like, I like that
He's a great sidekick.
But, like, at a certain point, like, how much further are you going to take that joke? Bruja Especial.
Yeah.
I was like, this sounds like a burrito.
I mean, let's just
What
be
the fuck?
honest.
Like, come on.
It's all about Ashley J. Williams.
Yeah. It was time.
Anyway.
No, I like him solo.
His-
I prefer him solo.
I kind of liked
and
his
I would have been
daughter.
down with them eliminating everyone and him just being.
I think they probably would have kept the daughter, because that would have
That
been
kind of seemed like
harder.
a cool dynamic.
But I really liked Dana DiLorenzo's
Yeah.
Dana. Like, I really liked... Or is it Dana? Or is it Kelly?
I don't know. They're all
Kelly.
It was Kelly. Why
Kelly.
do I keep calling her Dana? Oh, Dana's
Yeah,
her real
'cause it's her
name.
name.
They're all expendable to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I mean,
I feel like we're bagging on season 2, but just to step back one, that was when they brought back his sister. They brought back Ash's sister in that season. Remember, they went home. Also, Lee Majors as his father was.
To be
perfect.
very honest, I don't remember anything about the first season and the second season. I remember
You
how it
just
made
let
me
it go.
feel, but that's about it.
the second season, like it was pretty forgettable. Aside from the scenes or episodes that had Lee Majors in it, I mean,
Right.
come on, Fall Guy. But
Right.
aside from that, I was just like, ugh. Here's another episode
Cheryl.
about Ruby. Ugh. I don't care.
It's Cheryl. It's his sister Cheryl, which is played by, Ellen Sandweiss? Yeah, Ellen Sandweiss. See, I'm doing better. I'm actually reading people's names and actually getting their names right. Ellen Sandweiss.
I don't
sister.
think that's right. I don't think that's
No, I'm looking at it. Sandweiss, who played Cheryl Williams, Ash Williams' sister, who got possessed in the first movie.
Cute.
And it's in season 2. That was another highlight of season 2. She actually showed back up
Right.
as the corpse. I thought that was cool. There were cool moments in season 2, but yes, overall it fell
Yeah.
pretty flat.
Few and far between. You know what else I like though?
Hmm.
So remember when Baby Ash grew up to be Big Evil Ash,
Yes.
and he was born. He's like, oh, and Ruby's like,
Fucking
well, there's
Cheryl.
one thing you got to do, and he had to cut off his bone saw
His weird
hand,
little demon bone saw.
chainsaw hand, complete fucking throwback paying tribute, paying homage to fucking Psycho. No, mother. Oh, mother. And all that shit. Like,
Oh,
yes,
that was what it
mother.
was. I didn't
Yeah.
even pick up on that, and
Yeah.
that totally was what they were doing.
Yep.
It was hilarious.
And I was like, yes. And Ash, I mean, Bruce Campbell was playing it perfectly.
No,
Bruce
he's like-
Campbell was killing it in that
Yeah.
last episode.
It really bums me out that he's like, okay, canceled. That's it. We're done. I'm retired. That's it. I'm gonna go home, get high.
No, bitch, you are Ash.
No, he's done. He
No.
said straight up, like, no more. That's it. I'm done.
That's what he,
God damn
that's what
it.
he says.
He's everyone was like, what about Netflix? Netflix can pick it up and make it cool again. And
like,
then he's
nope.
like, nope, no, I'm done. That's it.
It's terrible.
But I don't know. I would watch. I think you could pick up with like Kelly could be a focus. That would be fun. I'd follow her. But like, yeah, it'd be hard to do an E&E Evil Dead without
Ash, the character,
You know,
Bruce Campbell. He made the character. Like,
right? It's really his.
that's his thing.
His
So
I'm a douchebag, but it's still working.
yeah. And Pop-Tarts. Oh, I've never watched any episode of anything that made me want Pop-Tarts so much. I'm like,
What?
fuck.
Were you really bringing this up?
These-
But I mean, when we did see the Pop-Tarts, we were like, yum.
Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, at the
I just
first
like
time.
who was like, he's like, this tastes way better toasted. you could just tell he was just such a schmuck.
Yeah. It was
Candy
good.
Like even how
And, like I said, set in that last scene where he's in the fucking car is just so badass. You know, it ends it with Groovy, but it was setting it up for such a cool fucking season 4 if they were gonna go for it.
yeah.
I feel like it could have been real. I mean, who knows? The second season was shitty, so who knows how it would have played out. But in theory, that season 4 probably would have been great.
Well, they say they bounced it because of poor ratings. A lot of fans are blaming each other because they said too many people were downloading it or for free. You know, like not watching it, not paying for it,
Yeah.
and not being registered as an actual like viewer.
Customer, yeah, viewer.
And maybe that's the case, maybe not. I don't know. I think season 2 kind of waned, and I think it felt like at the end of season 2, a lot of people were like, all right, I'll come back around to it. I'm not gonna, give me a minute, I'll get back to it. But then, I think they would have known that season 4 would have brought people in with him doing the Mad Max thing with zombies and robots. But I think that the price tag that Stars would have had to pay for affects
especially
heavy.
if they're gonna do practical effects and not a shit ton of CGI.
Right. So I think, they were kind of CGI in that cyborg robot girl. But it clearly was a situation where it was like, I imagine looking at that season and then looking at the ratings, they were like, yeah, that's going to be pricey as hell. I don't know.
Terrible.
Do you know that did you guys notice? Well, Shotzi probably won't because she doesn't remember the first season, but they didn't mention Army of Darkness at all, but then eventually
I did
Right.
notice that.
they started because
I did
20th
notice
Century
that.
Fox wouldn't let them, and then
Yeah.
by the time they were in season 2, they finally gave him permission. So especially in season 3, you see a
Yeah.
lot of more references to the fact that he went, because they say at one point, like they talk about the portals, and he's like, yeah, that I've had experience with those. That doesn't always work out. And it shows like a flash of all the knights looking down at him, like and him
Yeah.
falling, going ah. So it's like they did clue in that happened.
Yes. Yeah.
Fuck. I feel like it being on Stars too. It's a little weird. The streaming stuff is, a lot. Like a shit ton of people do it, but it's still not like.
I wish it had been on Netflix.
Yes.
Yeah.
If it was on Netflix, yeah.
I think it would have been humongous on Netflix.
I wonder if Netflix could pick it up.
They could, but
Bruce Campbell's done.
Campbell's like, he says, I am done.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm old. I'm tired. I'm done. No.
Pussy. I liked you, Bruce Campbell, but you know what?
I was watching footage of how covered in blood they get.
Oh
like,
my god.
Like it was,
That's annoying.
It was Dana DiLorenzo's Instagram, and she had like a live. She did the live stream, and like it showed like this is after wiping my face. She had blood all up in her ears and on her hair, and it
That
was
shit
just, like in her
stains.
eye, and she was just like, she just looked so messed up.
The school dance scenes where Ruby's making Ash kill her or saw her to death is fucking hilarious because it's just like a fire hose.
Oh yeah, by
shooting
the
on
way,
all these
spoilers.
kids.
Yeah.
Well, it's over. So
Nobody
fuck it.
ever watches any. We used to try so hard to divide up our episodes between like regular
need
conversations,
to do
spoilers, and then we found out that everybody won't listen to an episode
unless they watched it.
Unless they've seen it.
Yeah, so we're okay.
So I'm like, what? All
Y'all
right,
know.
fine, guys. Then I'm
Y'all
not gonna
know.
worry about it. It's all spoilers here.
Yeah.
But you should watch the series if you hadn't, because it's a great ending. I think in 3 seasons, it's a great cap to some really
it ends
fun, campy
just
movies.
like Army of Darkness.
Well, the Army of Darkness secret ending, yeah.
Yeah, you know
like
what I mean?
Yeah. But did
Basically.
you notice they gave him the streak
Yeah,
back
the
that
back.
disappeared? So,
Yep.
like, yeah.
It's the first thing I noticed. I was like, oh shit, it's back when he wakes up out of the...
Yeah,
thing. I'm
season
like,
2,
fuck
movie, the Evil Dead 2, the end of Evil Dead 2, he has a white streak from looking at the demon. And then he lost it in Army of Darkness. It was just gone. And then now it's back at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
The end of the series.
Groovy. What could have been? Definitely watch it. Season 2 is a little bit of a drag, but is worth it to get to season 3.
Season 3 is awesome.
Because season
Yeah.
3 is
Oh, like all
is
the
money.
fucking the Thing reference.
Oh yeah,
practical
when they're down in the
effects.
basement.
When he grabs
the
his
knights.
arm and then he's like, blah, 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 I'm gonna
Yes,
eat you.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was, yeah.
And then he grows the head and oh, it's so good, so good.
There was a lot of plot points. Like, I really liked the whole, I like, spoilers. Kelly dying, getting killed,
Yeah.
and then possessed, and like just the way they worked that. Like,
Uh-huh.
there's a lot of fun things that I'm sorry to see the characters go. It would have been fun. I think a couple of them I didn't see much more growth for them, but it would have been fun to watch more. I would have been more into seeing more Brandy and more Kelly.
You're a fine girl.
I like Pablo. But I was like, it was a little old at this point of like, well, okay, where are you going to go from here now? It's like, I think he kind of reached the end of his arc.
It's definitely got the makings of a huge cult following series of 3 seasons. Because I would watch them all again. You know what I mean?
I kind of want to own them all
Yeah.
too, just because I kind of want to have. I do feel like it's worthy to sit next to the movies in my collection.
I'm just glad that it ended at a good place. It ended.
Yeah. I mean, if it was gonna end
Yes, I'm glad
It
we're,
ended.
Yes.
on a good note, being like,
Well, it didn't leave you on too much of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Like,
It's-
sure, you could argue, yeah, well, I want to see what happens in this fucking apocalyptic world, but
just like Evil Dead 2 going into Army of Darkness. Like, if it
Yes.
would have ended there, it'd have been, and there was
It
no
would-
Army of Darkness, it'd been like,
would've
oh
been
well,
fine, yeah.
it's a cool ending.
He fights. The point is that he will never stop fighting. There's your ending. Like, what's
Yep.
gonna happen is like
Yep.
he never stops fighting. He will do this. For
unlike Bruce Campbell.
Unlike Bruce Campbell, who
Unlike
actually has.
pussy-ass Bruce Campbell.
Give him
I
credit.
used to
He's
love you,
older.
Bruce Campbell.
You still love him. You know you do. You love the chin.
Well, yeah.
He's I understand he's tired. He's an older man. Like
Yes.
he's not a spring chicken. But I think it would have been he would have kept doing it if they hadn't canceled it. But once they cancel it, he's done. We can't say that he hasn't given us enough.
Gave us a good run, man.
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoyed understanding some things about Ashy Slashy.
He says
I
that
like that.
he says that he retired Elvis too. No more.
No Bubba.
No,
Hotep.
no Bubba Hotep.
I
Was not a fan of that movie. So
That's really funny, Bubba Hotep. Yeah, I mean, you can't complain. This was a pretty cool roundabout. You know what I was always bummed about, since we're on the subject a little bit though? I was bummed that the revamped Evil Dead that they did in 2013, they never did sequels for, because I thought that was awesome, and I really liked the lead actress in that.
Wait, what?
The remake.
Right.
The reboot,
Yes.
The
yes.
reboot of Evil
Uh-huh.
Dead. They did. Was it 2013?
Something like that.
I want to say 2013. Anyway, it's great.
It's pretty great. Yeah. I liked all the practical effects.
We could do an episode on that. To
I
be
was
honest,
not a
but-
fan of that.
So so maybe we should do an episode on that, because I would actually like to hear a little bit more on everybody on that. But I was always bummed they didn't continue that series, or they didn't have that girl. that actress
I
in
liked
this.
it, but it was one of those things, kind of like what your brother said about it. If it was like, boo, scary clown, I would have liked that movie more.
If they'd called it anything else.
Yes, yeah. I did like the movie, but I wish that they didn't call it Evil Dead.
You know
it
what's
was
funny
my
about that?
stance on that.
I didn't mind, but how amazing would it have been if it had been this another named horror movie,
Yeah.
and then they showed them going to that cabin.
Like Boo, Scary Cabin.
But how would people lose their mind if in this different movie you realize it's the Evil Dead cabin that they're in?
Exactly.
And they had this whole adventure there that's with them, and there's similarities, and people watching it figure out like, oh my god, this is the Evil Dead universe.
Exactly.
But a different group of people.
Exactly.
That would have been kind of mind blowing.
That I would have been way more behind. I don't know why that just a flick of the fucking title name would have just made me like that movie way more.
How cool would that? I mean, I don't mind that it was called Evil Dead. Like, I like it being part of the Evil Dead series, or it could have even they could have called it Evil Dead.
It's
5.
It's
4.
movies like that are like
3.
fucking, in air quotes, tribute bands that start doing originals.
Like, so it's like a cover band. You're saying?
Yeah, it's like we're a Misfits tribute band, and we dress up and blah blah blah. But now we're gonna start to do originals and slide that in under this guise of us being a cover band. It's like, just do your own fucking thing then, man.
I
Like,
really love that movie.
if you're gonna change shit up, then be a fucking different band.
I don't know. I
You know
mean, I
what I
do
mean?
love that movie, and I thought it does feel like Evil Dead, though it doesn't have the humor.
It does feel like Evil Dead, but then you can't.
I can't say that you're wrong though. If it had been called
You
something
gotta-
else,
yes.
and we went,
Well,
we
you
went
need-
to a horror movie, and it was called like whatever
Cabin Fever. If it would have been called Cabin Fever, you'd be like, oh, makes sense. Okay, we get
There's
it.
a bad horror movie called.
No, I know.
Oh, yeah,
but I'm just saying, if you would have
Cabin
taken that name and
Well,
made
even if
like,
it was
yeah.
part of the Cabin Fever.
Right.
I just think it
whatever.
would have been really cool to watch a different horror movie, I have to admit, and then see them show up and then recognize the cabin and go,
Yeah.
oh, fuck, I know where
Totally.
they are.
Yes.
And then, like,
I would have popped for that because I've been like, oh, how cute.
and then there's a Necronomicon there, and then
Yes.
the movie unfolds as it does.
Yes.
That would have
Like,
been pretty crazy.
right?
Like, people
Yeah.
would have lost their mind, like, oh my god, this
I
is
wasn't
like an
expecting
unofficial
this.
sequel,
Yes.
you know? They
Yeah,
kept it
yeah,
secret, and then
Uh-huh.
you see the cabin, and you're like,
See,
wait, whoa, that's the cabin.
I just
That
felt
would've
like
been
they were
fun.
banking on the Evil Dead
Yeah.
name and everything to bring
Yeah.
people in, and I think that shit's cheap.
Well, you know, I mean, I
Bullshit.
yeah, I mean, it honestly, I think that you could make an argument that an Evil Dead probably should be directed by Sam Raimi.
Raimi.
I purposely just ruined people's names, and then, you know, it doesn't. I guess they were trying to see if they could make it work, and it did work. It worked.
Did.
It was popular. It was great. Practical effects are
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
The scenes are awesome.
Yes.
That scene where the girl gets possessed and wets herself, like, just that's how you can tell she's like, and then she pees herself. I was like, fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Water sports.
That's not why I think it's crazy, but I just thought it was something I hadn't seen in that setting before. But yeah, no, I like Evil Dead, man.
Yeah.
It's a cool world. Would you guys want to see any more stories in this universe?
Yeah.
I would check it out. I
But
would
just
not
not
be
called Evil
opposed
Dead.
to it.
You'd like it not to be Evil Dead, like Evil Dead is Ash, is like that's about.
I
it.
mean, I think that unless Bruce Campbell is in there or some guy who can, you know, do a Bruce Campbell.
Chris Pratt would be a good replacement as Ash. I could
Yes.
see him being like,
You're preaching to the choir.
you know what I mean?
I mean, I think Chris Pratt should be in everything, but oh baby.
Like there's certain actors.
moment. Well, I just gotta say, I love Evil Dead. I loved Ash versus the Evil Dead. I think it was largely a great series, and you know, if you hate fun, you'll probably dislike it. But you're dumb,
Yeah,
and you're wrong.
definitely. If you make it, just push through season 2, because season 3 is like fucking payoff.
Yeah.
It's tits, and it makes everything, all the pain caused by season 2, well worth it. So,
All right, so zombie candy corn time. How many? And you want to rate it by season, or you want to rate the whole show?
we'll do the whole series, I think.
Okay, whole show.
I don't think I can rate the whole series, to be fair. I think I'm doing third season only.
Just do what I mean.
But you don't want, because third season. How much is it? The third season to you?
It's 5 out of 5.
Yeah. So we could safe to say that the other seasons might drag it down a little bit. Season 2 might drag it down a bit. Season 1 probably keeps it about where it's at. I would honestly say I give it a 4 zombie candy corns, the whole series. 4. I'm fine with 4 because it's a great series. It has great moments. It's super awesome, but there are some moments that you're just like, okay, stop. You know, like, there's some times where you're just like, hey, that's not as funny as you guys think it is. And there were some wasted opportunities. Like, I remember, to throw one more thing in here, I remember when they were talking about the time that Ash meets a real demon. The one with the mouth, the teeth, and the no face. And they were hyping this a little, like, he's never faced anything like this before. Because Deadites are one thing, but a real demon is another.
Yes.
And it's a whole different thing, and it works with different rules. Don't feel like they had a payoff for how much they built that up. Like, they were literally pushing, going like, this is going to be awesome. And that first scene where he encounters the demon in the room, and he reacts perfect. They played it perfect note. He was like, what the fuck? Like, he didn't know how to deal with it. But then that was it. It was kind of wasted that there was this another level of villain. And they kind of spent that on Ruby and Ruby's demon lover in the second season, which just didn't pull it. But the idea that there was this monster that was just a whole nother kind of thing that didn't deal with Ash like anything else. He couldn't just kill it like a Deadite. It's like a level up. And I feel like that was wasted. So for the reasons like that, like moments like that, 4 zombie candy corns, not 5. Great series. Should watch it. But there's going to be moments you're going to be like,
I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Is this for the entire series?
For the entire series.
Okay.
Just because season 2 for me was like such
Garbage.
a drag.
yeah, you guys
Like,
obviously disliked it more
I
than
didn't
I
like it.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
It totally took me out of the series. I was like, I'm done. I don't fucking care about
I
know
think
what,
a lot
though?
of people were probably like that, though.
Yeah, so definitely 3.5 cute little zombie candy corns frolicking about.
I can't believe you cursed us to rating things with cute little zombie candy corns. Like, we couldn't just, like, skulls. We couldn't have 4 skulls.
It's cute little zombie candy corns.
Or bloody hands. No, we have to do cute little zombie candy.
Oh, and one other thing. The cell phone scene where it bites off fucking Brandy's thumb.
Yeah.
You're a fine girl.
Okay. Every
Sorry.
time.
Yes, sorry.
Medulla oblongata.
Jesus Christ, I just got that out of my head. But yes, that scene in the shed.
Everything. I was like, dude, that's when it like solidified it for me. Like, you know what? That's his daughter. Like, that whole dynamic is fucking pretty
She reacted
rad.
the same way
Yeah,
he did.
yeah,
She
yeah.
even looked for this, like, looked at the
this-
blade,
yeah.
looked for the saw, and was like, oh. And like how she reacted to it, like it did feel like a good, like, not Ash, but definitely.
Oh, that's his
daughter.
offspring. Yeah.
Yeah, like she was reacting the same way.
Definitely good moments. Check it out, everybody.
Yeah.
For Monster Candy Podcast, this is Scream and E.
This is Dominic Davy.
Shotzi! Blackheart!
See you later.
Suck my chainsaw.
You've been listening to Monster Candy Podcast. Want to find out more about the show? Find us on the web at monstercandypodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching Monster Candy Podcast. And you can find our Twitter at MonsterCNDYPC. Hey, we couldn't fit the whole name. What do you want from us? Let us know what you think of the show and if we're right or if we're wrong or what you want us to tackle next. We want to hear from you. Well, Shotzi and I do, but I can promise that E doesn't really care. To find out more about Shotzi Blackheart and her professional wrestling, follow her Twitter at Shotzi Black or her Instagram at Shotzi Blackheart. You can follow Screamin' E's band, the Memphis Murder Men, on Facebook at TMMM official page or his Instagram at Screamin' E. That's screaming with no G, add the E. For me, Dominic Davy, you can find my artwork at DominicDavy.com, my band Tsunami Bomb at TsunamiBomb.net, and you can hear my other podcast, 3 Gigs, at 3gigspodcast.com, or on the same platform you're hearing this podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Monster Candy Podcast. Give me some sugar, baby.